Zlate Sekchen, Avalon from the roll. South Bosnia and Herzegovina, BPHSA Bulgaria, Cyrus, CCPSA Czech Republic, Anna France, BPHG Germany, GPSF Greece, LPSA Latvia, SFT Lithuania, delegated vote from Tours Estonia, KNPSV the Netherlands, NOXA Norway, delegated vote from EPSA Finland, PPSA Poland, delegated vote from AFOP Austria, APEN Portugal, PASFOR Romania, NAPSR Serbia, SPSA Slovakia, Dušupista Slovenia, delegated vote from CPSA Croatia, FEF Spain, SNAP Sweden, AZER Switzerland, EPSA in Turkey, UPSA Ukraine, BPSA United Kingdom.
Okay, thank you very much. We have 27 voting members present. We can go to the next point, first point, which is the executive motions. The first motion reads, proposed by EPSA Executive, the 66 EPSA General Assembly adopts the proposed local type annex. Wait, this is the second one. The 66 EPSA General Assembly adopts the proposed logotype annexed in the General Assembly package as the official logotype of the European Pharmaceutical Students Association, EPSA. With this motion, the previous logotype will no longer officially represent EPSA. Open the floor for discussion. Direct KNP Swedenlands. New point, excuse me.
We're kind of dissatisfied how currently the whole logo change is happening. We think that it's the fact that now we have a pre-merge motion, and how basically some institutions are vote on the logo and all on logo, and I think we don't vote for a new logo. We're basically based on the new merge, and also the tone during the merge vote, and also be condescending.
Technical. Okay.
Javier, this question, do you hear well with the speaker, with this speaker, with the new speaker, this one?
Do you hear with this speaker? Green cards, emotion cards, tell me somewhere else, I'm sorry. Listen, oh, we just stay here. You can do whatever you want, I'm sorry.
Technical in the back, IT coordinator.
Yes, can we use a microphone to the speakers, please?
Okay. So. Okay. Thank you, KBC, for your new points. Are there any other points for the discussion? New point, PhD Germany.
Being at PhD Germany, we would like to agree with what KPC just said. We're also not very satisfied with how the course of the logo change went. We felt like the survey we put out is more like an assessment of how we felt about the logo in general and not really giving a vote on what the logo should look like. So we were kind of taken by surprise that we were voting on this logo, or like the answer from the survey was taken as a concrete answer of how we want the logo to look like, and there was no actual discussion about the logo, at least from what we've seen.
Thank you very much. Are there any other new points? I first saw a new point there. Positions assistant.
Tiasha Tashima Slovenia. The agreement with agreeing with the previous 2 points, we would like to ask the executive, the team, to maybe elaborate why this is how the process went and what's your plan if the logo isn't approved.
Very much for your point. Direct from Manel.
Honourable President, first of all, we would like to apologize and if we made you feel uncomfortable about the process. Sorry. This was really not the plan that we had. We did not mean to make it feel this way. The whole process of the logo was something that was carried over from last minute already. We feel that the logo needed to change because it is a little bit outdated, and we see that a lot of other associations have been updating the logo types, and it has a positive impact on our image. The place to give the opinion on the logo was in the survey and also in the meeting the meetings that we had. Previously, we were always open to your feedback on the logo, and we made the changes that you proposed as well. Responding to what Slovenia asked, this vote here was more seen as informal take of the logo, and the vote was done in the online list meeting. In fact, the regulations do not need us to vote on the logo specifically here. We just felt that it would be better and more fair for you all to give your opinion. But the only way for us to have merch here with the new logo, or to make an investment in merch for the next years, seeing that as we were changing the logo, would be to have asked for it earlier, as we did, and that's why we needed to ask for the vote earlier. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the merch updated here, and we would also not feel comfortable as an executive and as an association that is facing some financial stress to invest in merch that will be just used for this event and then be outdated, and that will also not be fair for the participants to be buying things that will be outdated afterwards.
Thank you. Direct, Gabriel.
Gabriel, IPP. I also would like, on behalf of the 2022-2023 EPSA team, to apologize to all of you and also to the new team, because indeed, if there were so many delays, it's because we already started this in our mandate, and it was supposed to happen 2 GAs ago with a lot of time, and because of reasons that you or your predecessors already discussed with the previous team, it didn't happen, and it put more pressure on the next team, and we just wanted to apologize for that.
Thank you. Then we have a new point from KPC. We have direct from KPC Netherlands. New points? Direct from KPC Netherlands.
Floor KPC in the Netherlands. We were wondering what will happen if people will not vote for it, and actually the other way around, like why are you still even asking for a vote right now as the decision is already kind of made by the merchandise already being made? Thank you.
Direct, Manel, President.
General President. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. If exactly the GA and members choose to vote against the new logo, the merch that was bought and the things that were already being planned with the launch of the new logo will have to be cancelled, obviously, and the money that was spent will not be reimbursed. This is why exactly we had the online last meeting, and we really tried to take into account all of the feedback that you had. The idea behind having the logo here and the vote on the official logo here was more because it is a big decision, and we think that it's the place for the GA, even though the regulations do not state it, for the GA to make this vote, and it also would help with the complete launch of the logo in the event.
Viewpoint, EPSA? Or dropped? Are there any viewpoints in this discussion? EPSA?
Well, I'm just wondering if if Coco can zoom out. We're still unsure if you understand how grave the situation is. As you just said during the online last meeting that the whole merge vote will really affect the whole vote for the logo, and now you basically say, we'll just not throw money away. So it feels basically we're getting influence on the vote. And I'm also wondering how you will avoid any future problems like these.
President?
Manuel, President, although the vote of the online last meeting impacts this vote, we already discussed this in the online last meeting, and the vote at the online last meeting was not impacted by anything. So we really understand that we might have made you uncomfortable, but in the online last meeting there was nothing stopping you from voting against, and we always made it very clear that it was totally fine to not vote on the logo, to not invest on the merch, and we could buy the merch, we could postpone the logo change, and we'd like you to have this in mind. But yeah.
Thank you very much. Are there any new points? No, President?
Manuel, President, then I close the floor for discussion.
Very much. Then we will proceed to the vote on the motion proposed by the EPSA executive reading. The 66th EPSA General Assembly adopts the proposed logo type annexed in the General Assembly package as the official logo type of the European Pharmaceutical Students Association, EPSA. With this motion, the previous logo type will no longer officially represent EPSA. Do you have any abstentions? Do you have any votes against? Do you have any votes in favor? Okay, thank you very much. As a technical, I would like to say, if you're voting, please hold it up as nice as you can, and then we've seen it all, but just for the next one, thank you very much. See you well. Okay. With 3 abstentions, 0 votes against, and 24 votes in favor, this motion has been carried. Then I'd like to carry on to the next point on the agenda. The next motion This is the motion proposed by the EPSA executive. The motion reads, the 66th EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA team to update all templates and images in current and future use with EPSA to reflect the change in the logo type until the 67th EPSA General Assembly at the latest. I open the floor for discussion on this motion. No?
Manuel, President, first of all, big apology from our team for not having shared the whole list of the member motions and the executive motions with you earlier. They will be shortly added to the GA package. And just to state our motivation in the other motions we won't do this because we'll be able to read it, but on this one, we are proposing this motion just to make sure that we actually update everything. The deadline that was stated there until the 67th General Assembly is a very long one, and we plan to have everything finished way before, but just if anything happens, we have this time to adopt anything that's needed.
Are there any new points? New point taken to the Netherlands?
Door maybe to the Netherlands.
Sorry.
I hope that's okay. We were wondering why the agenda is already, like the template has already been changed, but we haven't voted yet on this. So I was wondering why that is.
I'll raise the point of information. I think you mean the colors in the, so the colors in the agenda are different, because initially this was supposed to be voted on yesterday. The logo was supposed to be voted on yesterday.
Gabriel IPP, just as a point of information, last year it was not the episode colors on this, so like just this live GA agenda is not necessarily a change following the vote. Before it was a random color.
Thank you. Manuel, President.
Manuel, President, just to also keep you aware of the agenda, there were some changes made because some people were not able to present the reports in the time that we had arranged for them. So the 23rd SU chairperson report will be moved for Saturday, and the grant coordinator updates will also be moved for Saturday. I hope this is okay with you. If not, we can also discuss it. That's it.
Thank you. Are there any new points in the discussion on this motion? I see none. No, President?
Manuel, President, I close the floor for discussion.
Thank you very much. Now we will proceed to the voting on the motion proposed by the EPSA executive reading. The 66th EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA team to update all templates and images in current and future use within EPSA to reflect the change of the logo type until the 67th EPSA General Assembly at the latest. Do we have any abstentions? Do we have any votes against? Do we have any votes in favor? Thank you very much. So for this vote, we have 0 abstentions, 0 votes against, and 27 votes in favor. This motion has been carried unanimously. Then I would like to proceed to the next point on the agenda, which is Internal Affairs Department updates. that, I would like to give the word to Dominika Europa, Vice President of Internal Affairs.
Dominika VPA. So, since the writing of my report, I organized an online meeting for Pizza Finland. I issued invitation letters for the official delegates, started the investigation on the future EPSA event, welcome the OSS to EPSA, held the NEOS training, welcome the speaking and transport meeting, held the third online LS meeting, and the first live LS meeting, followed up on the organization of the 67th General Assembly, joined the SSRC meeting, at the internal press meeting with the European Union Association, wrote the third online LS meeting minutes, and 13 online activity meeting minutes, reviewed the 12 online activity meeting minutes, then with the Alexander Financial meeting, VPI President Parliament meeting, online audit meeting, this is the town hall. I held the welcome meeting for Marcia in general. I held with the General Assembly operations, planned and attended the second meeting in the LSA, then live over the NPI meeting, various scrutiny of the General Assembly, and announced the live body challenge and transfer our business to the LSA.
Thank you, Dominika. Do you have any questions about the dates? We have one from Düsseldorf.
Jascha, Slovenia, we would like to ask for the updates regarding the 67 GA. What is the bidding situation looking like?
Dominika?
Dominika VPA is the only association that showed interest, still needing more time to decide and to prepare. So we decided to give it after the AA and the deadline will be at the end of November, that they're bidding on.
Darek, Düsseldorf?
Jascha, Slovenia, do you believe that if the deadline is at the end of the month, that is going to make a difference and are going to have enough time to organize a working group?
VPA?
Dominika VPA, from the situation that they have, believe in these people, it was more about they have enough people and basically also the logistics, they're just not sure about the finances and some other maybe I would say that smaller things in a way that how the living might be that smaller things when it comes to just say yes or no. So with regard to this, I believe that it should be.
Thank you. New points, Düsseldorf?
Jascha, Slovenia, can you then please share with us the proposed timeline in case there is no bid for forming a working group?
Dominika VPA, so in case there is no association, the organization will call a website. So we will just liaise with the events coordinator where we will help the General Assembly, and it will be the basic proposal that we also share with you in the email. So we will just find a venue and the basic necessities for the official delegates, and we will not form any working groups.
Thank you. New points, Düsseldorf?
Jascha, Slovenia, can you please also share a bit about the financial matters of the GA, if the team or working group or whatever is going to organize it?
Dominika?
Dominika VPA, we haven't discussed anything specifically. It would be a small fee from coming official delegate based on what would be included, but I cannot talk about specific price yet. But someone pays for it.
Direct, Düsseldorf?
Jascha, Slovenia, in this case, we would just like to encourage you to consider the financial matters a bit more soon, because Porto was a big minus on the account, and we don't really think we are in a position where we can repeat that.
Next, Treasurer?
I think it's Raja. I just wanted to say that the GA in Porto, it was right after the COVID pandemic, so EPSA had a lot of money regarding this and to organize the event. That's why we invested around 25,000 euros. But we don't have their money this Monday, since you already are aware of it. So from my side, and for now, we could not help organizing the J financially. But it's something that we can discuss internally and also check on some unexpected incomes.
EPIA?
We also to add on that, of course, also have food catering and social program, which would not be the case this time.
Thank you. ASAP Switzerland?
Elena, as in Switzerland, we were wondering about the second team meeting, about the satisfaction rate, and if there are any points that you would like to improve for the next team meeting. Thank you.
EPIA?
When we have EPIA, so the satisfaction rate was around 75%, based on all the points we discussed. And there were some suggestions from the team members, but we have to discuss it with Manuel more later, and then we'll propose something that we think about it. But there definitely will be some room for improvement.
10 PCM1 with the technical. If you're raising a point, please raise it really high, otherwise we might miss it, and we want to give you a point behind us. So lift it up and no rest. I had a new point from Bishop. Don't. Are there any new points? Alex, false.
Gabrielle Alain France. We would like to thank Dominica for her work during the time where there were no Secretary General. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any new points? If not, thank you very much for presenting. And we'll continue to the next person to present, and that will be Dina. My apologies for this.
After the security board, it was much big work on the event. So we had different meetings. I did also, I continued to work with Dominica and with member administrative to the event. And I did representative, I represent EPSA in France for an event.
Thank you very much. Are there questions on this update? Yes, we have one from APEC Portugal.
Beatriz out of Portugal. We would just like to ask, in your report you talk about the sponsorships and how you reached out to your own school, but we would really like for you to explain more on what are your long-term goals for the sponsorships for the events, because we see that very few associations are interested in this matter, so yeah, thank you very much.
Let's go there.
About the sponsorship with my business team, in general, my goal is that my position is to help RC. And one of the big problems for RC is from money. is not financial, like sponsors. So they struggle on this. So I try to help on this, and I have contacts like I know that my business school can attend events and pay for them. They already did it in France. And my business school is like international, so they get help. So the goal is like they go one time for an event as a sponsor for one event, and then if they like it, maybe do a more long-term sponsor with games, for example.
Ahmed?
Is out of Portugal. Yeah, thank you very much for helping with this matter. We would just like to ask if you have any strategy that can be implemented for your successor, for example, since they won't be in your school, so this contact will be lost. So if there's something long-term that you are planning on doing to keep the sponsorships, to help with the RCs with the sponsorships.
Next coordinator.
Tonight, next coordinator. I can like give advices to my successor, but it's not. It's only like the contact we have through our life, through internships, through our life, and it's like trying to keep the contact in LinkedIn, and that's it. And it's the only things I did. And if I have somebody interesting, like is the case for my business school, I'm in contact with them, and then I will have the spreadsheet and explain like where I am with everybody. If it's possible to continue with them, if they are not interested, I will put that so in the spreadsheet.
Thank you very much. Then we have a new point from Pasqua, Romania.
Alex, Pastor Romania. First of all, congratulations for your work. I wanted to ask you if you can provide more information about the hackathon, like more details about it. Thank you.
Direct EPEA.
Charlotte EPA, just so you know, the hackathon is under the portfolio of the advocacy platform coordinator of the EPA, so if you want, we can discuss it further, it might be more relevant. We engage with Dina in order to have support from her side, but if you want, we can do the update during our call. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we have the new point from Patricia Bissett.
Hi, Slovenia. Do you believe that giving a presentation about organizing an EPSA event is increasing an interest of member organizations to organize an EPSA event?
Next coordinator.
Tonight, as coordinator, yes. For the moment, I did only one workshop, and it was very interesting and successful because I was there in contact with persons who are interested, but they cannot organize now because they were occupied with engaged with other events, other organizations. But I have this in mind, and when they have the opportunity, they will do it. So yes, it's a really good opportunity, and I improved a little bit the workshop, for example, we have like testimony of past chairpersons, past RC, and this is really inspiring for people and to have contact because we are in Europe. Talking about EPSA events is maybe far, so if you are in contact with people and I can like do this contact, tell me this, and they take testimony, people can more like project in this. So yeah, I know that I have an impact from my first workshop. in on the case. And it's, yeah.
Thank you very much. Do we have other new points? New point, Mr.
Yes, Mr. Slovenia, do you think you have sufficient knowledge to help the member organizations in preparations for bid and for the event itself? Or do you think there are any points you could still improve?
Events coordinator?
Tina, events coordinator. I think that we can all the time improve, and the chance we have is that we are in contact with past person. I am still in contact with Cathy if I have problems. I am in a group with past chairperson. The knowledge is still between us. We still contact each other to help us. But, so yeah, I can all the time improve, and we will improve in the future. There are things that we used to do for events, they can be improved and in the future as well. So.
Piace the Chef's Slovenia, how about any specific topic where you could get more involved to make it easier for the associations?
Events coordinator?
Events coordinator, I'm sorry, I don't know what I can improve exactly on. Yeah, I don't know. But if you want to tell me, I'm going to.
Thank you very much. Alex, France?
Pauline in France. It is written in your report that the general survey of the event is sent 2 weeks after the event. Since the survey is ready before the event, we think it should be given to the participants as soon as possible. Do you, to have the best answer from the participants, do you think it's manageable to do that? Thank you.
Events coordinator?
Deny as coordinator, yes, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. New points, Mr. Slovenia?
Hi, Mr. Slovenia. We would like to ask if you analyzed the educational survey results from the SU 2023 and have the outcomes been implemented in the educational program of this AA?
Clarification, Mr. Coordinator?
Yes, I'm the coordinator. Are you talking about educational survey or general survey? Because they use survey every day, and then they have general survey after the day.
Information on President? No. Clarification, Mr.
I got this from Slovenia. I was talking about the educational survey of the summer university, and have you maybe learned something from this survey? Has it been analyzed? Has the results somehow helped to shape this educational program of the autumn assembly? Thank you.
Presidents?
Madam President, the educational program of the SU is very different from the one that we have here. So the conclusions that we took from the report, we are still evaluating it, right? already evaluated the report, but the conclusions that we took from it will not really be implemented into this one because this topic is much more scientific, whilst in the summer university it's soft skills, so it's not very translatable.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any other new points? Bishop Slovenia. Bullshit, tell us what over there.
Yeah, so the Bishop versus Slovenia, sorry, promise is the last one. We would just for the end like to thank you for your report, but at the same time ask you to maybe just correct it a bit, especially the part about the pre-visits where you wrote about the pre-visit for AC21, which we noticed was copied from an old report, which is fine. You obviously look for information there, but we would just like you to update it so that it says the right event. And you also mentioned the AC21 in the events you attended in the mandate, I think.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have any other new points? If not, I want to thank you very much for your updates. We can proceed to the next point on the agenda. I will introduce you to the technical. If you can have comments that are positive, like confident, please be also share that. And you have to agree and let the motion cards on your table. If you agree with something or you disagree with something that's being said, please feel free to use those or two. That is everybody in the private. So with that out of the way, we need to Alexander Miguel, coordinator.
Alex, coordinator. Since the beginning of my work, I've been in the second meeting of the EPSA before. Sending out some first steps executive advisory board meeting as a result of the site program and the intersection survey, with the telegram group for the meeting who would like to take part in the suggested steps of general standards together with themselves, answer inquiries from Moonlight, and to be a daily report from volunteer.
Technical, in the back.
We can't really hear anything. Sorry.
Now, Alex, alumni coordinator, since submitting my report, I attended the second meeting of the EPSA team 2023-2024, sent the outcomes of the first EPSA executive meeting and alumni advisory board meeting, shared the results of the site program for the annual reception survey, with the telegram group for the alumni who would like to take part in the 66 EPSA General Assembly and have their questions asked, answered inquiries from alumni, applied to the ADA Europe 2024 student volunteer, with further ways to merge the existing alumni database with the new one which is to be up, did final preparations and discussions with the medical office board regarding the alumni week and the EPSA assembly 2023, uploaded the materials to the alumni platform which is not yet launched and work more to solve when the sponsorship issues are prepared to.
Thank you very much. Do we have any points on this update? Bishop versus Slovenia.
Thank you so much for a really well written report, and we would like to congratulate you on your work so far. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other points on this update? If not, I will thank you very much for presenting your update. And we can continue to the next point on the agenda, which is the anniversary of working with the final report. And I believe that was that all the work on the Yes? Anything else on there? Okay, and please take it away. So, sorry, Marlene, we're not hearing you, at least we're not hearing you on the right speaker, but we just see if we can fix that.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, great.
Okay. Okay. Malina Anniversary Working Group. Here in this case, everything I said is in my report. I'm just here to answer any final questions. And otherwise, I'd like to say thank you again to all my working group members. And that's it, basically.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions on this? APEF Portugal?
Bernardo APEF Portugal. So we personally would like you to congratulate you for what you did, especially during the annual Congress. It was a lot of really special ideas and activities to learn a bit about more of history of EPSA. We even had some Portuguese alumni contacting us in expectations to know more about the history because of this anniversary activity. So thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other points? I think Marlena?
I just said thanks.
Okay. Do we have any other points on the updates? We have, no? Technical Manel, President?
No, President, I close the floor for discussion.
Okay. Thank you very much, Marlene. With that out of the way, we can continue to the next point on the agenda, which is the European Affairs Department. And for that, I would like to give the floor to the Vice President of European Affairs. Yes,
Charlotte EPA. Since the writing of my report, I got my invitation for the European Parliament, was present at the EPSA on EMF, organized and had a meeting to discuss about collaborations and discussions about grants with IHF Europe. I was present at the EFA Policy and Advocacy meeting in Brussels. I contacted members of the European Parliament's assistants from my teams, contacted members of the European Parliament and other stakeholders for introductory videos for the annual reception. I was in touch with two members of the European Parliament to host the annual reception at the European Parliament, contacted speakers for the annual reception, writers, and was in touch with the President of the European Parliament for introductory video. I reached out to ECDC and had a meeting with them, with Caterina, Vice President of Education, and Julia, PHSS Coordinator. I created a video collaborative for interns, reviewed and analyzed the advocacy strategy sent by my predecessor, reviewed the minutes of the OLS meeting and the OEM, attended the SSS meeting, attended the second team meeting, delivered the workshop to the LSS on the LS Day, and workshop to the team on the European election. I delivered the workshop on Expo APRs, and had a meeting with the EPA alumni and other alumni to discuss AR and how to have their help. I had a meeting with the IT coordinator to discuss the advocacy tabs of the website. I was present at the Youth Progress event. I had a policy and advocacy meeting with EPSA. I had several meetings with my coordinators and with the interns. I represented EPSA at the AEGEE, the General Assembly, at the Coalition for Vaccination, at the AEMA Parliament Simulation, at the British event. I applied to several events. I had a department meeting, reviewed my department leaders, attended the tomo, had a meeting with Jean-Claude collaboration, and planned a meeting with Erasmus Student Networks, advocacy collaboration and mobility. I worked on a strategy for endorsement of position paper and started creating a proposal to the Board of European Center of Technology to endorse a position paper on digital health. Started working on an award application, reviewed the final version of the manifesto, mental health theory, prepared and had my presentation for the symposium, we had the EU Parliament's invitation workshop to work on a European Youth Plan, liaised with the European Council Organization for Collaboration, the London Metropolitan Council of the European Union to discuss the internship position paper, study pass allocation for interns for general reception, which are the various dimensions for general reception, travel opportunities to interns, and shared opportunities to the advocacy platform coordinator regarding OTS, contracted alumni, liaised with the European Nursing Student Association for an opportunity to be present at panel discussion, and liaised with the French National Representation in Brussels.
Thank you very much, Charlotte, for that update. Do we have any questions for? Okay. First is Abra, Portugal.
Bernardo after Portugal. So we would like to ask you, how do you think your relation with the SSSURC is in the means of work and means of communication?
EPEA.
I believe the communication is being better and better, and we are planning to also have a general meeting all together with EPSA and also their SSSURC to discuss about general communication within our
Thank you very much. We have a director from Portugal.
Bernardo Alberto. So we asked this because I don't know how your relation is right now because I haven't done a checkup very recently, but I did receive some complaints some time ago on how they felt like EPSA was overstepping their position in the event overall, and kind of of turning it into a normal, let's say, EPSA SU and not having the whole representation of assets. So yeah, we'd just like to clarify that. Thank you.
EPEA.
Just we all know that as has discussed in Thailand, so it was also something that we needed to deal with the anxiety, but also for the RC, everything was new. We do believe that we knew that we were much more in the association in terms of reacting to the emails of the SSURC, and we didn't want to overstep, and we apologize for it, but yeah.
Thank you very much. Then we have a new point from you put Dusha Passer.
Yes, so this is Slovenia. Firstly, we would like to thank you for your great work and extensive report. For the following, we would like to ask you, can you share some updates about the upcoming annual reception?
EPEA.
So I've been working on the annual reception since the very beginning of my mandate because I want to anticipate it since I knew there was a lot of problems. So thank you for the question. So the updates now is that I have the possibility to have 2 members of the European Parliament that are willing to host the at the European Parliament, which is great. Regarding the date, we still have to align with the executive because there are a lot of things that have going on. So this is the main problem and the main issue at the moment, but we are really trying to figure out the best day for us and also for you because we know that it will enhance the participation of the students.
Thank you very much. Then we have a new question from Alex.
Pauline and France, thank you for your work. Concerning the EU elections and advocacy strategy, could you tell us more about your progress, mostly regarding showcasing EPSA's advocacy and policy work regarding EU elections? Thank you.
EPEA.
So I've been starting to have meetings with the members of the European Parliament and also other stakeholders since it's a very important thing for us. And now that we will also have the manifesto, we will have concrete position when we are going to yeah, it's very difficult to have meetings with them because they're very busy people, but we are doing our best, and I'm also trying to find other alternatives, such as having meetings with the assistants or a political advisor that are also representing them.
Thank you very much. Director Anne France.
Pauline and France, would it be possible to have the list of the people that we will be meeting so that we can just know about it and maybe contact them too? I don't know. Thank you.
EPEA.
So yes, it's definitely my plan, and also I would like to go with some meetings with them in the position I would like, because as I mentioned in my report, I will meet with the French political in Brussels, so we can discuss this in time.
Thank you very much. Then next is APES. Portugal.
Okay. Give example Portugal. It's more on. Can you give more inputs on the open house? How it was? What outcomes did you take out of that? Thank you.
So regarding the open house, I managed to invite some member associations, some associations that are in association and based in Brussels, and I'm very happy to say that we had 6 people that were external, so it was very good thing that we got online. It's a little bit harder to engage them, but maybe Alex could give you an update on this. Otherwise, it was good.
Thank you. Next one, Bishop of Slovenia.
Hi, Bishop of Slovenia. Could you maybe please elaborate on the situation of the collaboration with DIA for the annual reception?
So basically with DIA, we decided to drop the collaboration regarding them giving us the venue. We didn't drop all the rest, and I think we could also be able to share with some insight on what is planned. But for us, it was not relevant to get the venue at this moment because the members of the Parliament had the plenary session in Strasbourg, and so unfortunately, at the beginning of my mandate, during my handover, I did not know this, and I didn't have the solution knowledge to say no, and so the executive said yes to DIA, and then we decided to step back because it wouldn't be relevant to have your event and graduate development, so that's how it went, and I'm also sorry if it confused you because I know that it might have been kind of a problem that I sent some emails and then said something different, and yeah, I just want to say that I'm trying to update you as much as I can when I have the information. Sometimes, of course, it's dropping, but yeah, as I'm reminding.
Thank you very much. Bishop Sir.
Hi, Bishop of Slovenia. Are you, because DIA is also a financial sponsor for this, will you have any, no? Just, okay, sorry.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have any other new points? Annette?
Pauline and France, could you elaborate a little bit more about the fact that you have the opportunity to have the Parliament to host the annual reception, please? Thank you.
Ian?
So,
Could you, Pauline and France, could you elaborate on the situation for the annual reception? Because you said that the European Parliament could host and that it is not possible. So, thank you.
So basically now I have 2 members of the European Parliament that are agreeing to run the annual reception. In the European Parliament, However, regarding the dates, it's not suiting most of the executive, since it's the time when there is also the PhD Congress, so we also want to discuss this internally and come up with maybe a different date to propose them.
Pauline and France, but maybe the finance of EPSA are more important. Thank you.
The finances of EPSA, because the parliament is for the room is for yes.
Pauline and France. So it's free, the European Parliament, but if it is at another date, you won't be able to have this occasion, and maybe it's more important to choose these dates so that it is free. Thank you.
Madam President.
Manuel, President. Yes, it's a great point, and that's exactly why we're exploring to have it move back into the European Parliament, also because of the image that it brings out. But we also are aware that there are other options, like the Committee of Regions, that is also free. So we have some options. We don't have anything final yet. We don't want to give you information before it is final. Please don't buy any bullshit. Please don't buy any flights yet. But we'll update you as soon as we can with the final dates.
Thank you very much. Are there any other points? I would like to interject for a short moment. Good. Dominika, take a roll.
Dominika VPA, so since it's Charles' birthday today, we would like to wish you a happy birthday and sing to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, that was very fun. The technical I wanted to raise was not really standing out, but I wanted to say that when you are talking, please pay attention as well as looking heads in the ground. I know it's long sessions, but it's an official meeting and it's respectful to pay attention to the updates that are being held. We will shortly have a coffee break. You can get some espresso and you can perk yourself back up, but please don't be on your phone all the time doing something else. We're here to represent our associations and the bullshit from Ahmed.
Direita para Portugal. We voted for Cortado in the motion, so we would please rather have Cortados. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, this week. Then we kind of progress to the next point on the agenda, which is
Yeah, question coordinator. Since writing my second team report, I attended the department meeting and the town hall. The second team meeting is also on Monday. I met with my buddy. I prepared for the workshop and presentation for the ultimate family. Finalized the mental health service. In the house of PR department, I got designed the promotion plans ready for extra and mental health service. We organized a workshop for LSA with the advocacy platform coordinator. I attended the APR meeting to support the advocacy platform coordinator.
Thank you very much for the update. Did everybody hear it? Yes? Good? Good. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Are there any questions about this update? Proszę Slovenia.
Jascha Dishmas Slovenia, we have a question regarding EPSA manifesto. How are you satisfied with the inputs from the LSs and were you able to implement them?
What's the coordinator?
Yeah, I'm a policy coordinator. Actually, I am like dissatisfied with the inputs. Like some members were really active and were open to give feedback, and I would expect more members to go comment on it. But for the implementation, I try to implement the feedback and comments as much as possible. But we always talk about the implementing things and like how we can improve the manifesto with the EPA and within the department and within the team. So I can say that I can assure you that we do the best we can with implementing the feedback, and I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Do you have any other new points or directives? Yes, I'm in France.
Pauline and France, regarding the position paper on mobility, did you think about working with other associations like EPSA, etc.? Thank you.
What's the coordinator?
Yeah, I'm a policy coordinator. Thank you for the question. We are investigating on the position paper on mobility. Like we also have the position in EPSA, so we can collaborate with the mobility coordinator or like investigate with her about the collaboration with different parties, I guess, and we will definitely talk about this and discuss it with the team and also
EPEA?
Charlotte EPA, so for the mobility position paper that is already done, but we need to update it since it was done very long ago. We would like to collaborate with the Erasmus Student Network since we believe it's a very important stakeholder, and we might also collaborate with ESAs, but we know that some of them are more interested than others, so maybe we will try to collaborate only individually with some of them that are interested. Because, for example, EPSA, the doctors are very interested, but the nurses are not that much. But I shared an email to the executive with all the position papers and all the endorsements of the position papers that we have in mind, and we believe it's relevant to also share it to the APRs, so we will do so. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Then you go to Athens, Portugal.
Beatriz in Portugal. We would like to ask on more information about the policy paper on medicine shortage, since it's something that started last mandate and we have some people, Portuguese people involved, and they feel like they haven't seen the outcomes of their work. So if you could further elaborate on this, thank you.
Policy coordinator.
Yeah, I'm a policy coordinator. I actually started working on that during my handover period, and like with the EPEA, we done work on this, and we were expecting outcomes from one vendor, and we got it like I don't know, a few weeks ago, and I will have the time to like finalize the position paper after the outcome of this we have after all the assemblies. So thank you for the question.
I'm in Portugal.
Beatriz in Portugal. Do you have any suggestions for further AHs on policy so this won't happen again?
Policy coordinator.
Yeah, I'm a policy coordinator. I actually feel more comfortable with like discussing this with the advocacy platform coordinator because of course I can have thoughts, but it's better to hear it from her.
EPEA.
Charles DPA, yeah. I just want to say that last year there were also some issues with the advocacy action group being released to the students very late, which impacted, of course, our work. So for this, we took this into consideration, and this year we already released the call for the AG. So just for you to know, and it doesn't necessarily depend on this year's mandate, like this department's fault. Thank you.
Amy? Yes?
EPSA, and yes, I would like to stress out that the agencies are under the EPSA's portfolio mainly, so it's not up to the policy coordinator, it's not only up to the policy coordinator to coordinate the gathering of the newspaper members.
Thank you very much. New point for Annette France.
Pauline and France, do you have any idea about how you could improve the participation and the careers that you share? Thank you.
What's the word again?
Yeah, I'm policy coordinator. Thank you for the question. I aim to keep sending the emails and reminders, and other than that, I plan to have a better communication with different elements and regard maybe I can improve the communication during events like this or personal communication, and I feel I can show how important your feedback is and motivate you to be more active and
Charles DPA, thank you for your question. I think it's also sometimes a matter of educating more the members regarding several matters, providing workshops, providing tools, and providing efforts in what is actually the European Affairs Department. So this is a common goal that we have this mandate with my department, and we are working towards this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. New point, please, Paul.
Hello, Professor Pollard. We just wanted to thank you for your work and say that we are very, very excited to collaborate with you this year. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, are there any other points on this update? If not, we'll thank you very much for taking your update. And we continue to the next agenda point. The next agenda point. Stevie, after this class,
I 5 more APR trainings and I scheduled 2 more for the period after the autumn assembly. I wrote the scenarios for 8 weeks of VA Wednesdays. I had a meeting with the PR department regarding possible collaborations with European advocacy. I had a meeting with the grant coordinator. I liaised with the team about the hackathon since we decided recently that it will be a project organized solely by EPSA. I attended the European National Cancer Strategy, the Digital Transformation and Protocols their event organized by NPT Buropoulos. I attended the digital health focused topic virtual network meeting by EPSA. I served topics for the next axis. I attended the second team meeting in Alcalá de Henares. I scheduled invitations for guests at the next APR meeting, and I organized the APR meeting and delivered a training on the policy and advocacy tool.
Thank you very much, Amy, for that update. Are there any questions on this update? Yes, and Portugal, 3 points. Yes, 1 point. Yeah.
Bernardo Lopez, Portugal. We would just like to congratulate you on your position and all the work you've done. We really noticed, being an APR that has been present since the last mandate, we really noticed a difference, even in the handover period. So yeah, we just like to leave this note. Thank you.
Coordinator.
And thank you very much, guys, also for your involvement and your support, and also giving me very, very much for motivation to people.
Thank you very much. Are there any other new points on this update? If yes, Annette France.
Gabriel, Annette France. We agree with APEC and we would really like to highlight your work. Thank you for what you have done so far since the beginning. Your efforts and energy are very much appreciated. Thank you.
APC.
Thank you very much also for your involvement.
Annette France.
Pauline and France, we would like to know if it's possible for some documents to be more highlighted, like maybe put on the websites, like fact sheets and stuff, because it would be really interesting so that everyone can access to it for our students and us, because to have a fact sheet I had to ask you. Thank you.
APC.
Yes, I can agree with that. Actually, we're having the media department to do more constantly related things on the website. Because now we're in construction and we are currently adding things again. I'm still in I will take care of the answers to the same who have access to the library programs. But you can get it also on the policy and policy under the USDP.
Is the technical stack clear for everyone? Yes? Good. Okay. Thank you. Are there any points on that? Anything else? Okay, if there are none, I want to thank you very much for the update, and we can continue with this point on the agenda, which is LS reports. So, are there any questions on any LS reports? You have the opportunity now to ask them. Yes, we have one question from GPS.
Elena and EPSA, please. We would like to explain where there is no LS report from the new LS. In May, I was elected LS, and in September, due to personal reasons, I resigned. So I haven't taken over officially. So that's why there is no current LS report. That's
Point information, EPRA.
Dominica VPA, we after the previous LS from GPS appraiser of the LS report.
Technical.
Elena, GPS please, could you make the question again? I couldn't understand.
By the way, that's the clarification.
Dominica VPA, so submitting an LS report is one of the requirements to have a voting right at the General Assembly, and since Mirka was still covering up for the LS since that he resigned, that she wrote the report and submitted it, so everything was okay.
Thank you very much for that point. Do we have any other questions? EPIA?
Dominica VPA, I would like to thank you all for your work, everything you do for EPSA, and all your inputs and all activities that you do, because without you, EPSA would not be able to exist.
very much. If we have no other points, I'd like to continue to the next point on the agenda, which is the educational department. And first up, I'd like to invite Kalina Hall, Vice President of Education.
Okay, better? Now? Better? Like this? No? Like this? Okay, I see motion cards, so I think it's good now. Cabinet no Vice President Education. Dear General Assembly, since arrival for report, I have reviewed 2013 OEM and the third online test. I opened a mandate registration and published the educational program of the EPSA Assembly. I attended the ACCC meeting and had one-on-one
Do you want me to start over or continue? Okay, I will continue. So, I attended the ASAS SU meeting. I had a one-on-one meeting with all of my coordinators. I had a meeting with ECDC on the AMR Awareness Week together with Charlotte and Julia. I attended the town hall meeting, the third online LS meeting, the second T meeting. I gave an EPSA dance workshop on LS Day. I delivered the first attendees meeting for the Autumn Assembly. I prepared and facilitated the symposium sessions of the Autumn Assembly. I managed the educational program together with the RC. I was present also at the Autumn Assembly Trainees Hangout and the reflection groups.
Thank you very much for that update. Are there any questions on the update? I don't think I see any. If there are, oh, yes, Bishop Lister, Slovenia.
I'm Slovenia. From the reports, we noticed your department has the lowest number of department meetings than others. Only one until writing this report. Do you think having more department meetings at the beginning of the mandate could make the team more efficient in their work and could potentially decrease your workload as well?
Education.
Vice President of Education. I'm trying to speak loud. If you cannot hear me, let me know. So yes, I think it would definitely more beneficial to have more department meetings. What happens is that in the first round of the mandate, I have to over 3 coordinating decisions, which increase my workload a lot. This is also why we only had one department so far. And I prioritized one-on-one meetings with my coordinator. So I had a bi-weekly meeting with my coordinator every 2 weeks instead of having the big department meetings. Because I noticed last year with the education department meetings of the education department would take 3 to 4 hours. Because every project is so elaborate that every detail of every project was discussed. This is why I wanted to try the one-on-one meetings first to get the coordinators started on their projects, get their projects going. In hindsight, I'm not sure if it was the best strategy because I think in terms of bringing departments together and collaborating with each other, these department meetings are very, very much beneficial, and I also give feedback on my coordinators that they would like to have them more. So what I'm planning to do after the Autumn Assembly is to have the department meeting more open and try to reduce on the one-on-one meetings or combine both and see what works better for this.
Thank you very much. Are there any other points? Okay. First, Bishop Lister, your point.
Tjaša Država Slovenia, in your report you mentioned wanting to have internal education activities for the team. Can you elaborate more on the aim of these activities, what kind of activities and what have you done so far?
Lessons of education? Yeah, so what I mean with internal education activities, actually one of the duties of the vice minister of education is also to educate the team itself. So far, we had lots of skills training during the team meeting, which I think is very beneficial when it comes to the capabilities and skills of the EPSA team, but also very beneficial in terms of human. In terms of content activities, I have not really thought about it yet. I will do that to see what would be the best for me. But I always think that it's best to have something to make the needs of the team members. So I will assess that among them together with Dominica, because it's like a collaboration. We have to do what's best together. So in this part, I will.
Thank you, Derek.
Yes, Federation Mrs. Slovenia. We do believe that such an activity would be maybe most suiting at the beginning of the mandate. So we would like to encourage you to maybe start doing more of them as soon as possible before the end of mandate.
Then next we have Anne France.
Gabrielle Anne France. We think that the education of the department is super important and this should be more visible. What do you think about working on the visibility on different platforms like X or LinkedIn? Because we think that it is not enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
License of education. So actually, I think they're very valid point. What we do now, for example, with our public health campaigns, they're mainly focused on Instagram because it's our most active platform for students. But in terms to reach stakeholders and professionals, I think it's very beneficial to use also LinkedIn. So what we can do is we have a meeting with the PR firm to discuss how we can improve our visibility, especially on these two platforms, as you mentioned. And you're right, we can do this for all our projects. I'm not only talking about the marketplace, but also for our platform Latin America, and also for the science projects and the training projects of EPSA, because we also noticed that some professionals, they actually have interest in the training project, and it might be a very interesting collaboration. I'm joking. Nice. So yeah, but of course, I'm not in charge of the PR. We are together with the PR department, so I will also consult with Mariana for this for the education projects.
Thank you very much.
Gabrielle France. We agree with everything that you said, and we think also that this is not only the responsibility of the PR team and not only the responsibility of the QA team to share on different platforms. We think that the team could do the same. Like if every members of the team had an account on different platforms and they could just, I think this is just a little thing to do, like share and like every publication that the team makes, and so that it improves the visibility. Thank you.
President.
Thank you. Madam President, yes, that's something that we're exploring right now. Before the EAA, there was a lot of work with the PR department, so we didn't prioritize it until now, especially with the logo change, preparation for the autumn assembly, the promotion, etc. But we are trying to use the platform of Codio to distribute tasks to different people in the team so that they know that they have to share this story or put a like in this post, and they will get a notification if everything works out well to do so, and to be reminded to do so. And we always encourage the team to also share and react to the publications that we have, but of course, some of them they might not see. Thank you for the suggestion.
Thank you very much. Do I have any point from the APC Netherlands?
Ook came to the Netherlands. In your report, you mentioned the IWF grant. I was curious on why the decision wasn't made that you would hand in the partially completed application. In our eyes, it would be better just to hand in something than nothing at all. Maybe you would get extra time or something. Thank you.
Madam President, when we have the update from Lena, the grant coordinator, she will explain to you better the situation. But in fact, the grant application was completed and it was written. The problem was that it was not able to be delivered in the portal, the website that we are supposed to. So we couldn't manage to do so. We tried to still email them after the deadline, a couple of minutes after the deadline, but they did not accept the application after the deadline, obviously. But we will give you more updates when Lena is here as well. Thank you.
Are there any new points on this update? If there are none, seeing them, I want to thank Lena for bringing her update. And the next point is Julia. Health and Social Services.
Yeah, PHS coordinator. Since writing of my report, I adjusted public health calendar and I changed the 8th weekend to the 8th day. I also finished the logistic coordinates for the second live public health campaign and also for the first live social services campaign, who we have the humanitarian workshop. Together with Charlotte, we prepared educational materials for violence and harassment prevention, which was published last week. I also prepared educational materials for Antimicrobial Resistance Awareness Week, AIDS Day, and Influenza campaign. I attended a meeting with ECDC regarding collaboration for IMR Awareness Week. I also attended the meeting with IPSF regarding collaboration on asthma. I organized an individual meeting with public health representative from Italy. I also shared the shared practice spreadsheet with public health representatives and received for answer, which I'm very, very grateful. I want to thank all of the organization who contributed to that, because it really means a lot. It also your work, so thank you so much. And also, I had a second team meeting in Neres, and we received the second team meeting. I organized a short workshop about chronic health.
Thank you very much for your update. Are there any questions on this update? Slovenia. It's almost the first one.
Yeah, so this was Slovenia. First, we would like to congratulate you on your work and thank you for reaching out and initiating Help in Slovenia in the flood disaster in the August. So to follow up with the question, we are wondering how extensive, how many inputs on the campaigns you get from the LSs. Are you satisfied with it? How would you improve it?
Okay, I will try. Another day. So yeah, regarding the application of services representatives and analysis, I think that also the situation is quite complicated because in some organizations we have public services representatives who are active analysis, it's totally understandable. So I usually I'm more reaching out to public services representatives, and they also have this position to section for this project. Regarding like the overall engagement, I would say that I'm satisfied with every response. I'm satisfied even like one person is like a message, and it's for all, okay. But yeah, of course, I would like to improve that. So first of all, the thing that also already is to try to activate ignoring the relevant tab. I also created the very interactive relevant tab to like the laptop for them or all the comments and there's the these are very initiatives. Because from what I observed, like the thing that activate data, to make them more active is to share their own work. And I know that like the really like also hear what other organizations are doing and how they're doing. So what I would like to investigate this Monday is how we can share better information between the association, because I think that there are some problems to share the information, and also is there a possibility to do real things. And I think that would be the approach that I would take.
Thank you very much for that update. Are there any questions? Yes, and Hans?
Gabriela Bertrand, thank you for your work. We know that this is not an easy position. One of the biggest challenges you have to handle this year is the implication of member organizations in your different projects, as was just said. However, you mentioned that you could do a collaboration with IPSF. Could you elaborate on that? Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. And regarding that, we now I'm so sorry, I usually talk quite. So yeah, regarding the collaboration, the developers, it's the collaboration that is going every year. So from what I know from my predecessor, the IPS collaboration was established every year, but on different topics. And this year, we agreed that we'll do the campaign on asthma, which will be held in May. And for now, we established the timeline. We'll start for the next part of the year. So we started from January. For now, we're gathering the ideas, the information, and I would like to also investigate how the collaboration is going, if there's like any other possibilities for us to work together.
Thank you very much. Do you have any new points? Yes, Franz?
Gabrielle Anne-France on the visibility topic again. Just sharing your campaigns with your member association does not seem to give enough visibility and enough credits to your work. So do you have any suggestion about how to improve the accessibility or how to make students more aware of the importance of public campaigns? Thank you.
Julia, PHSS coordinator. So, like, also, I just said, like, what we can investigate is for sure, like, our social media engagement. So, what we can do regarding social media, that's what I also believe can improve our visibility, are the activities that we can do for our members. So, that's why I would also like to make more active public campaigns with workshops, with panel discussions, with contests in the future. And also what I observed that improve the visibility of public campaigns are sharing also the outcomes of like public campaigns. So that's something that I would like to also use, and from the public campaign that will take place on Saturday, I would for sure also use the outcomes, the photos, videos, and everything that we will gather from this campaign during our next online campaigns, especially because we have the topic of self-care, and we will soon have also mental health month. So it will be a perfect occasion to use this.
Thank you very much. Any other points anyone wants to raise on this topic? If not, Educational care.
Educational affairs coordinator. So since the my work, I will be the education. Then I can review the responsibility for the stream. Then also discuss with the professional affairs coordinator the issue regarding the sports. I will suggest the implementation of new edits to the new platform in order to make it more dynamic and perhaps more appealing to the students. And I attended the second meeting.
Thank you very much for your updates. Are there, are there any updates on this update? Or questions on this update? Sorry. We have a technical from Treasurer.
Administrator, I'd like to apologize, but I need to leave the GA because I have a presentation from my faculty right now, and I will be back on the second part of the GA. Are you comfortable with it? Okay, thank you very much.
Very much. Good luck. Portugal.
Beatriz out of Portugal, we would like to ask for more updates on the lead course for trainers, because since most of us here are not trainers, and you didn't write anything about it on your report, we would like to further develop this. Thank you.
Your first question?
To the education affairs coordinator. So the course of trainers has been published on the platform on the system. I do believe that one thing I can consider is that perhaps it should be more visible, so should be promoted more and to make people aware of it. So I will have a conversation with Lisa, the coordinator, so that she could also present it to the trainers and the trainers.
All right, Portugal.
Beatriz out of Portugal, can you further develop on registrations and if there's someone that has completed the course, if they give feedback, something like this?
For the educational affairs coordinator, there have been several new registrations, and we have a few people that know the exact number that complete the course. However, I cannot yet receive any feedback on it. On the platform, there are options for feedback, and I believe there is also contact for the feedback, with the mail and other options. So, yeah, I can only get this in my mind.
Yes, Mo, previous educational outreach coordinator, since I was the one who did the course in collaboration with the training coordinator and the trainers board, I received feedback personally on the course and Maxim as well. It's true that I didn't share with Antonio, but it was because it was content written by certain people.
Beatriz out of Portugal, then we would like to make sure that for future lead courses that the feedback is made sure to be written somewhere, because this is how you improve such a large platform, such a big project, and without feedback there's nowhere that this could work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your points. Bishop Slovenia.
Hi, that is Bishop Slovenia. In your report, you mentioned that you had trouble with the SU educational outcomes referred to inadequate planning and inexperience. What did you learn from this, and how are you implementing it for these AA educational outcomes booklets? Thank you.
Antonio, Education Affairs Coordinator. Yes, this has been a problem because I didn't put up the document for the educational outcomes during the event, which I have done now. It slipped my mind again because I wasn't at the event and had the invitation. I would like to also apologize for the delay of the part because when we tried reaching out with the new way of working that is supposed to reduce the workload for everyone, we also had to reach out to the team members that gave their new outcomes to the trainers, and since some time had passed from the event, there were difficulties in completing it. Then due to personal reasons in my faculty, I had a very reduced time. So I would like to apologize. It is very much late, but as I said in the meeting, this event is
Okay, to continue, this event's educational outcomes will take a priority, but the SU outcomes have been completed and are just waiting to be then published.
Thank you very much. Cambridge Student Netherlands.
Orco Cambridge Netherlands. I'm curious if there are any opportunities that member associations make course for leap.
Thank you, Tim. Manuel, President, of course, it's something that we can explore in the future, but right now our focus is really just to launch the platform for all students. We want to make the first course that is simple, that is good for the students, and that paints a good image on the new structure. Then we can look into expanding it more and giving this opportunity to members and whoever else expresses interest in doing so. But thank you for the suggestion. We'll go ahead now.
Are there any other points on this update?
If not, I want to thank Antonio very much for giving us updates, and I'd like to continue to the next point on the agenda, which is updates from Sigma. Oh god, Yushi? Sorry, I should have practiced this. Science coordinator, and I'd like to give you the floor.
Sima, Science Coordinator. Since the writing of my report, I attended the town hall in October. I attended the second team meeting. I had a meeting with Katerina, VPER, and Katerina, VP Education, to discuss the science excursion to Hellion during AA23. I have been in contact with the professionals from Hellion and the participants of the excursion. I arranged the necessities and I opened a Telegram group for the participants. I informed Javier, chairperson of the AA23, about the logistics needs. I prepared my slides and held a part workshop during the AA23 on the science portfolio of EPSA. I published 2 editions of EPSA Science Monthly, Sustainability in Pharmacy and Digital Therapeutics. I reviewed the articles sent by the authors and gave feedback for the upcoming editions. I responded to Julia's, PHSS coordinator, collaboration idea to promote both AMR Awareness Week and EPSA Science Monthly on antimicrobial stewardship. I contacted 4 groups of authors and kept Julia posted. I published the ESSB EPSA Student Science publication that was prepared last Monday.
Thank you very much for your update. Are there any questions on this update? Dushin, this is Slovenia.
Thank you so much for your, Slovenia, thank you so much for your report. Could you please elaborate more on the online science day? What's your preparation timeline and what do you expect it to look like? Thank you.
Emma, Science Coordinator. So Online Science Day is currently under discussion. During the AA23, I had feedback from the students as well and just asked about their ideas. If they're interested, if the Science Day is organized online rather than like as a parallel session in the AC, since we do not, unfortunately, do not expect to have AC this year. The timeline would be well, it is under discussion, so it is to be arranged in soon, in near future, I would say. It would be probably the exact time of the event would be after AR, at least after March. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And next we have a point from Kosova, Romania.
Alex, Vassar, Romania. Congratulations on your work. I wanted to ask you about the webinar you mentioned on the Science Monthly with the external organizations that you plan to do. If you could provide details, thank you.
Sema, Science Coordinator, thank you for your question. So, since I have established the Author School, and I've been working with around, well, not all of them right now, but I've worked with at least 20 authors up until now, and I have the chance to get to know them, what they know, what they want to know, what they're interested in, and how they want to improve themselves in scientific writing. So I plan to organize workshops according to their feedback. I will mostly focus on what I noticed was that they needed some, at least a little bit of training on designing scientific images, and I plan to contact BioRender and have a webinar, a workshop with them on creating scientific images for presentations or articles. And also, well, pretty much 1/3 of the authors struggle with reference management tools. So I also think of contacting Mendeley to have them deliver a workshop on Mendeley use because it's very useful to have it. It saves so much time.
Thank you very much. Are there any other points on this update? No? Okay. If there are none, I want to thank Seva very much for giving an update.
And I would like to continue to the next point on this presentation, which is the update from Deza Hajovic, training coordinator. I'd like to give the floor to her.
Beza, the training coordinator. Hello everyone, first of all, because my mandate started 2 months ago. This is officially my first GA in this mandate. So I will tell you what I've been doing since I have written the second team report, which is my first, and so far. Since I wrote the report, it will be Beza conducted a 2-hour training session on feedback during the team meeting. She also had a 2-hour training session on stress management for LSA and had a Q&A with the LSs. Regarding these discussions and shared information, Beza took notes to her calendar to take action regarding these points. She upgraded the trainers database, worked on TNT promotions, coordinating with the beautiful trainers board to adjust promotion materials and designs. She informed the LS and team members regarding the 18 TNT data and promotion plans. She stayed committed to preparing the training booth for AA, managing logistics and preparing for the training sessions, review team reports, address questions, prepare for a presentation for the team meeting, checked and arranged training materials for AA, managed logistic arrangements for training sessions, and communicated with trainers. She received the first delivered wears, distributing hoodies and t-shirts to trainers according to the arranged list. She had a reflection meeting with the AA trainer. She designed the flyer for the training boot game challenge promotion, reached the help with the trainers board members. She had been in contact with the previous TC Beatrice Nobre and the 2020-2022 TC Max Lilly regarding her handover process, which is continuing and will continue after the AA. As every Monday, the newsletter had been published with the Trainers Board Administration member Susanna's help and work. So thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for your update. Are there any questions? Christian, Slovenia.
Ida, Mr. Slovenia, thank you so much for your report and your work so far. We would like to ask if you could maybe please share a bit more about the timeline and for the organization of the TNT in February. Thank you. Organization in general, so.
Ida, hi, Luis, the training coordinator. Thank you, Ida, for the question. Right now we are in the AA times, which is in November between 7th and 12th. During this time, it's the part to prepare the materials, which has been done, and will be sent to the LSs. It's gonna be start with the promotions in the AA in the trainers booth, which is gonna happen tomorrow with the challenge and the posters and the flyers. After that, there will be a discussion and a meeting with the PR, and we will start to do the post and stories for the application period. It will be between 15th and 30th of November, as I said before. And after this, we are going to start the content team, and the content manager is going to prepare the preparations regarding all of the educational approach, program schedule, and the logistics, if there are any details left. And after that, we will select the participants, we will announce it. It will be the logistics times, and then hopefully it will be the time for the TNT, which is between 16th and 26th of February. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your update. Are there any questions? Yes, Hospital Romania.
Alex Pastor, Romania. Congratulations on your work. Still regarding the TNT, the 18th TNT, you mentioned the possibility of having an external partner, trainer for the TNT, like in the report. If you could provide more details on that.
Bella, the training coordinator, it's submitted actually. We have one external trainer from PMBD, Alex. I forgot her last name, but she will be one of our external trainers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions regarding this update?
Bella, training coordinator, I just realized it. And this Monday it will be published to the content team, so you can also see which trainers are gonna deliver the training sessions for the TNT. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If there are no further questions, I'd like to thank Beza for her updates, and I would like to proceed to the next point on the agenda, which is the break. First two things I want to just clarify. Whatever, I think you'll hear me fine. I just want to clarify that even if you as association don't have voting rights, you're more than welcome to contribute to. You're allowed to raise points and stuff. I see it's a lot of the same people making comments. Don't get too intimidated. Everybody that's here is allowed to raise a point. The only thing you can't do if you don't have voting rights is not vote. But for the rest, you're more than welcome to actively participate in the debate. And next,
before we go, we do have to do the roll call. So I'll give it to
Marta, Secretary General, I'll perform the roll call. South Bosnia and Herzegovina, BPHSA Bulgaria, SUPSA Cyrus, CZPSA Czech Republic, RF BPHD Germany, GPSF Greece, LPSA Latvia, SFT Lithuania, delegated vote from Tours Estonia, KNPSV the Netherlands, NOPSA Norway, delegated vote from EPSA Finland, PPSA Poland, delegated vote from APCOP Austria, APEC Portugal, FASTRA Romania, NAPSA Serbia, SPSA Slovakia, the SHIPS Slovenia, delegated vote from CPSA Croatia, CAP Spain, SNAP Sweden, AZAC Switzerland, UPSA Turkey, UPSA Ukraine, PPSA United Kingdom. Marta, Secretary General, I have collected 27 cards.
package. Again, sorry for the delay, and if you have any questions that you need clarification on, the VC is here, we're also available to do so. Thank you.
Thank you. Was the roll call?
Hello.
So since staff was Instagram, I will be scrutiny, they won't have a voting rights, but other than that, it's not a problem.
Marta, Secretary General, I'll perform the roll call. Staff Bosnia and Herzegovina, BPHSA Bulgaria, SUPSA Cyprus, CCPSA Czech Republic, ANEP France, BPHG Germany, GPSF Greece, LPSA Latvia, SFT Lithuania, delegated votes from Toulouse, Estonia, KNPSC the Netherlands, NUPSA Norway, delegated votes from EPSA Finland, DPSA Poland, delegated vote from APO Austria, APEF Portugal, FASPIR Romania, NAPSR Serbia, SPSA Slovakia, Bishopus Slovenia, delegated vote from CPSA Croatia, TEF Spain, SNAP Sweden, ASEF Switzerland, UPSA in Turkey, UPSA Ukraine, BPSA United Kingdom.
Yes, I just wanted to do a reminder, there's nothing going out, but we'll go back in case there's new people here. The microphone for the recording is in the back, so if you guys are talking, all that people wanting to hear is your guys' chit chatter. So please stay quiet if you have something to say, go outside or move to the side. Just as
Okay, thank you, Twitter. You can put down the card. And we will move on to our next question. External Relations Department, and I will announce the Vice President of External Relations to step in. Kate?
Kate, EPR. Since writing my report, I reviewed vast and 13 online mosquito minutes, meeting minutes, and certain online LS meeting minutes. I joined the SS some university meeting, VPR president fortnightly meeting, first Friday coordinators meeting, down hall, third online LS meeting, second team meeting, and LS day. I left with Beatrice Roundtree, Eurocenter, and other partners. I had a meeting with the AA, Bishop, EPSA, and second body meeting. I contacted AA 23RC regarding the promotion of web partners during the autumn assembly. I attended as a visiting member and represented EPSA there and sent my VMF report. I attended the two-day political event in Brussels.
Thank you, Kate. We have Bishop of Slovenia.
Thank you for your report. It's very extensive. We do agree with your suggestions regarding partnerships and how I'm holding up with a question. How will the collaboration with ASGP continue since you haven't found new leaders?
Kate, PPR. Regarding the situation with the SGP internship, we work together with Manuel on it, and we informed them that we cannot proceed with the internship this year, and we agreed on the continued communication regarding the internship next year. They react positively, and they showed some interest for us to proceed with it next year. So I do believe we will not have problems with this next year. I will contact them at the end of my mandate in April to negotiate the internship for the next mandate.
Thank you very much. Next point is KP and Sweden, Netherlands.
Overall game in the Netherlands. In your report, you mentioned the WHO meeting with them, and I was curious if which way as was invited to the WHO event.
Sorry, I didn't get PR, so I didn't hear which event exactly.
I mean, the vote.
Kids VPR, we received the invitation from WHO European Regional Group with invitation to go for their event regarding AMR, if I remember correct. We proceed with sharing this information with APSF, as according to the MOU, we are not allowed to join the events without their agreement. Unfortunately, APSF didn't agree for our participation in the event. On this discussion, it's up.
Okay, next point is Slovenia.
I'm Slovenia. So, as you mentioned, cooperation with IPSF, can you maybe elaborate, because you mentioned the group map, so now you've had a meeting with IPSF regarding the national group. Can you please elaborate on how it went and what the needs are?
Thank you.
VPR. Yes, we had a meeting after writing my report together with me, Manuel, Charlotte, Daniel, IPSF Eurogen chairperson, and Audrey, IPSF External Relations chairperson, as I'm right. I'm not sure about the position, but yeah, we had this meeting. We agreed on the collaboration, on two collaboration, one on the advocacy, and another one on the public health campaign, which was mentioned today before by Yulia. Also, we discussed a lot of points regarding our MOU partnerships, and we agreed on reviewing the MOU, how it is now, with the deadline, I think, the 1st of January from both sides, and so based on this internal review, we can proceed for the discussions how to improve the MOU during this mandate.
Thank you, Kate. Is there any new point comments regarding to PPR report? I see none. So thank you, Kate. And we will proceed to the next slide. Alexandra David, coordinator. Mobility coordinator.
Alexandra, Mobility Coordinator. Since writing my report, I sent an email to LSS asking for feedback regarding the meeting fair to know how I should adapt the format. I collected the feedback and organized the meeting fair. Of course, some logistical problems happen and it did not go as planned, but I tried to do the best I can, and I thank everyone who was there, and thank you very much, really, for being so supportive and for participating in the session. I also, during this meeting fair, did a workshop on the professional collaborations on international projects. I had a meeting with Twin Coordinator where I tackled the Twin project, its different administrative steps to follow and the regulations. I also mentioned new projects like the interprofessional Twin and the mobility booklet. I officially opened the call for the mobility booklet working group during the second coordinator meeting. I attended the second online LS meeting, the second town hall meeting, the second team meeting, and had a meeting with my buddies.
Thank you, Alexander. Is there any comment? Okay, Bishop Mr. Slovenia.
Can you please elaborate on the number of events organized during this mandate? You wrote there was one. Was that one you were more involved with, or just one altogether?
Thank you very much.
Alexander, Mobility Coordinator. In fact, in my report, I said that I was aware of a partnership, but that it was not officially declared yet. So for the moment, but I had a new partnership that was officially declared in the emails that I received during this week, and we are on the amount of 3 new partnerships, but no twinning organized. Because even if twinnings are taking place now, they are considered as for the past mandate because the contracts were signed in the past mandate. For the moment, in this mandate, no new contract has been signed, but 3 new partnerships have been declared.
Thank you, Alexander. Is there any other comments on? Okay, we had first Anna France, then Bishop Slovenia.
Gabriel and France. The reaction of the coordinator in our reporting came up. What new way you have in mind to improve their reaction?
Thank you, Alexander.
This is in fact sorry. This is in fact an issue that has been going on for quite a few mandates, I think, and it's an ongoing issue. I think that maybe sometimes I work that active on WhatsApp groups. Sometimes I time management tips, so I don't text that much, but I think that I should text more on WhatsApp groups, try to share more opportunities. The thing is also I've mentioned that I'm also happy that I'm still receiving one-on-one contact. So privately I receive a lot of messages, but the problem is still on the WhatsApp group. I don't get a lot of reactions on my messages, but I think I should maybe with more meetings, more live meetings, and more sharing activities on the WhatsApp group will maybe help engage the 24 this point.
Thank you very much. Next one is Bishop Mr. Slovenia with a new point.
How much information about the plans in unit and execution of the unit are unit coordinators sharing with you? Do you think this should be increased?
Alexander, Mobility Coordinator. In fact, in the previous years, the system has suffered a bit of issues in the data management. This year, I'm completely revisiting the whole idea and the concept. So I really, like in my last meeting with the Twin coordinators, I explained the different steps that I want to implement and
the amount of information that I want them to share with me. So first of all, they should, like as a first step, always declare who is their partner. Then I would like to have a meeting, a first meeting with both of the coordinators, discuss their ideas, their vision, their concept of a twin, what they expect from each other. And then in the contract, what is officially shared is the number of participants that they agreed on, the dates, and more and more in the whole process, they should share the ideas for the educational program. The ideas for the social program are not mandatory, but only to have an idea for me personally, and the team. And then in the report at the end, all the information, or the whole process of what happened during the happening sorry, of the twin, when it takes place, is shared in the report at the end. But I do want to encourage them to share more and more information so I have everything in my database.
Thank you, Alexandra. Next one is Pastor Romania.
Alex, Pastor Romania. Congratulations on your work. Can you give me more information about the professional unit, like timeline?
Alexandra, mobility coordinator. As I mentioned in my report, for the moment we are still in the beginning of the project. We're still really drafting ideas and brainstorming. For the moment, we've only had 2 meetings with EPSA, and we have discussed our respective projects that we have in each of our own associations, and we started thinking on ways how to implement an interprofessional plan, but it's still really just a draft. And for the moment, we're planning to have a third meeting very soon to start really working on the project.
Thank you. Bishop Slovenia with a new point.
What do you think your role could be in ensuring that students have access to actual use of the living and
Alexandra, mobility coordinator, thank you for this question. This is actually an important one. As I said, establishing the new process, I really believe that establishing some kind of follow-up during the whole process of organizing the twin can allow me to have an early overview of the whole project and to try as much as I can to anticipate and predict potential issues. So I think it's very important for me to have a follow-up on each of the twins. Of course, that will depend on the likes and the needs of the twin coordinators, but ensuring the follow-up will allow me to ensure as much as I can that this twin happens. But of course, sometimes because of emergency or visa problems or something that you cannot control, the twin cannot happen. But also, I want to clarify that according to the twin contract, twin coordinators cannot cancel on a twin just because they want to after signing the contract.
Thank you, Alexandra. Is there any new points? Okay, Bishop Slovenia.
Hi, this is Julia. Thank you so much for answering all our questions. So far, we just have one more. So, can you please elaborate more on the plans for the European Mobility Week, especially who is the target audience, so all students or student coordinators, and what kind of activities do you have in mind? Thank you.
Alexandra, Mobility Coordinator, thank you for this question. The European Mobility Week is going to be the opportunity for us to promote a lot of mobility opportunities. The target audience is all pharmacy students. Because the idea is really to present pharmacy students of Europe, members of EPSA, to the opportunities that they are not aware of regarding mobility, because I really think, and we really think that it's really important to provide such opportunities. I personally come from a country where mobility opportunities are not promoted that much. So it's really to promote opportunities like during your studies, like Erasmus or such things, the opportunities to do postgraduate programs, the opportunities to do international internships. So it's going to be an interactive format, maybe promotion on social media, and maybe
other stuff that survives.
Thank you very much. Is there any other comments or new point on the mobility coordinator report? Okay, I see that. And we will move to Dilsha Gautam, professional affairs coordinator.
Disha, professional coordinator. Hi everyone. Since the writing of my report, I sent an official invitation to the speakers of chapter professionals with the details of the session. Reach out to the education and press coordinator regarding the lead course for mentees, attended the town hall, prepared questions for the speakers of chapter professionals, started the assessment of mentees for the mentoring project, and attended the second team meeting in Alcala.
Thank you, Dilsha. Is there any comments on Dilsha's report? Dilsha, this is Slovenia.
This is Lilia. I'm sorry, this is maybe not the question for you, but we would like to know what the feedback regarding the hackathon and what things are there.
Disha, professional press coordinator. So thank you for your question. Actually, I would also like to know more about this, but hackathon is actually not part of my how can I say, like, I'm trying to support the hackathon, but it's actually the portfolio of advocacy platform coordinator. So she is doing the core investigations and the planning, and after that, after these are set, I will try her to help with the finding some professionals for the mentor school and informing the mentor school of the mentor project to join the networking night of that event. So I hope that's explains.
Thank you very much. We have Director Charles.
So we have got lately, I would like to say that regarding the hackathon, we were trying to establish collaboration with one of the association, and then there was some issues from their side, and for this reason we decided to drop the organization with them. So at the moment we are deciding on the further steps to elaborate on, so also regarding the partners, etc. And we are figuring out if we want to do it online or on site.
Thank you, Charlotte. I have technical for the people in the background. Do you hear us well? Okay, great. So, is there any new comments on Dilsha's report? I can see none, so we can proceed to the next point in agenda. And this is investigation report, working statement 13. So, is there any comment on this? I can see none, so, okay, sorry, Manel?
Speak louder. So this is the first investigation report that we have for you. It's on statement 13. It was referring to the investigation into the structure of the methodology pulpit, now named formal education review. Yeah, if you have any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer. If you have any concerns, this is the time to also raise them. We will do the best we can to implement any changes we can do.
So, if there is no, sorry, Abed Portugal, sorry, Abed.
It is about Portugal. You mentioned that, so it's easier, the survey will be conducted yearly with a of two sections. How can you ensure representativity in the responses from year to year and not to overload the students with surveys, which is already something that we are discussing on overloading the students with.
Okay, thank you, Abed. Manel, direct.
Manuel President, so the survey would be filled in by the LSs and not the students, so this would not involve the students.
Thank you, Manel. Any other comments on this? Okay, nothing. And we will move to the next slide. And we'll proceed voting on the motion. The 66 EPSA General Assembly accept the investigation report on the working statement 13. Is there any abstentions? Is anyone against? And who is for? Please raise your cards higher. We have 24 votes in favor, and the motion is carried unanimously. And we will proceed to the next slide. Is investigation report on working statement 6. So I'm opening the floor for discussion. Is there any comments on the report on working statement 6? Manel?
No, President, as we already know, this working statement was regarding guidance and diversity. This is something, this is a project that was carried over the last year as well. And yeah, any questions, suggestions, anything?
Thank you, Manel. If there is no any comments on this, we will proceed voting on the motion. The 66 EPSA General Assembly accepts the investigation report on working statement 6. And is there any abstentions? Who is against? And who is for? We have 24 votes for, and the motion is carried unanimously. And we will proceed to the next slide. And the next point in the agenda is administrative department, and I will call president. So Manel. You can take the floor.
One second, it's open. Sorry. So, Manuel President, since the writing of my report, I reviewed the LGBTQIA plus survey for members, the New York State Advocacy Strategy, the mental health survey, the provisional SSSU educational program, and the documents to be submitted in the General Assembly. I also organized a second team meeting together with Dominica. I continued preparations for the General Assembly, and on top of this, I was also present at the 55th anniversary of ANEP in Paris. I contacted with ISGP to solve the internship situation further, and I was also in contact with the tribunal to proceed with the change of the official Secretary General of the records.
Thank you, Manel. Is there any comments on the President's report? This is Slovenia.
In the report, you mentioned that you want to implement more changes in the next year. Are there any specific regulations or handbooks that you want to focus on?
Manuel President, after having been also contacted by some of the members, we will probably focus more on the events handbook, but this is just more of a general plan that we always do to review the regulations and see with the experience of the mandate at the end of the mandate what are really the outcomes and the things that we should adapt to facilitate the life of the next mandate.
Thank you very much. Next one is Azov Switzerland.
Switzerland. Thank you for your report. How do you rate the overall atmosphere in the team? Do you think that the team bonding activities have done? And is there something that you would like to change?
Manuel, President, I have to say that managing a big team isn't no easy task. We have discovered this time and time again, but we are doing the best that we can, and I'm really, really proud of my team. The team bonding exercise, I think they really helped. We had one at the team meeting that I think really showed us where everyone is from and who they are more than anything, and I think that brought us closer. The only thing that I would like for my team is for them to not be as stressed as they are, because I see that they are stressed both with the deadlines. Some of them are very scared as well to be here, to be in front of you in the GA as well. There's a lot of pressure on top of us, and I would like to try and tackle this with the team as well, to show them that everything is good. Because I personally am really proud of my team. But that's it. I think we're managing well, and I'm really excited for the rest of the mandate.
Thank you, Manuel. Passing to Romania, that's your point.
I'm from Slovenia. Congrats on your work. Would you detail more on the 82 subsection proposal? Subsection. Did you identify any process where it can be higher? And do you see any possible actions to be taken to increase risk?
Thank you for your question, Manuel.
Manuel, President, so this is on the one-on-one meetings from the team trimestral assessment, right? So yes. So we have conducted, or I have written a report on the said outcomes, and I will be further, I've written a report on those outcomes, and I'll be sharing it with the executives so that we can review it and take proper actions on the points that were highlighted by the team. Obviously, to maintain it anonymous, I'm not going to share here who said what, or will we do that in the report either. But obviously, there are things that can be improved, and we also discussed it in the team meeting, and we will make sure to have proper actions to combat that and try to make it higher. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Manuel. Next point is the Slovenia.
Have you done any research regarding the grant coordinator position? If yes, can you please share your opinion with us?
Madam President, yes, so as you may know, or not, because some of you were not in the last year, there was one motion that was laid on the table. This means that was chosen not to be discussed there and postponed for this GA. That is exactly the dropping of the grant coordinator position from the team. Our opinion as the executive is that right now we don't have more information than we had in the last GA a couple months ago, and that we would like to postpone it again for the next one. Also, we know that there will be an impact on the coordinator itself, knowing that her position is just being dropped midway through the mandate. But yeah, we still have projects to be concluded by the grant coordinator, specifically the FDBA grant in February, so we are waiting to see how that will proceed, to have the experience and see if it's really important to keep the position or to drop it. Thank you.
Thank you, Manuel. The next point is PhD Germany.
Closer to the microphone, speak closer to the microphone.
Other?
First, we have to work, and then we would like to know how you rate the overall knowledge of team members on position solutions, projects, and
Thank you, Manuel.
Madam President, we are conducting an investigation right now how to restructure the monthly updates that we used to have with the team. These were exactly to make sure that the team was aware of what each other were doing, but they were very long, very extensive. The team didn't really have time either to write them or to read them. So we're trying to assess ways of really maintaining the team updated on each other without having an extra workload for them. What we already think and thought about, but this is not completely decided, is to have a space monthly in the town halls, for example, for some of them to share what their main projects are or any big updates that they have and want to share with the team. We also are always encouraging them to share it over our group on Telegram, but we'll continue to see what else we can do. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Madam Prime Minister. And is there any new comment on residents? We have Anna France.
What do you think about the communication between the executives and the rest of the team? What could be improved to get the coordinated parts involved in the teamwork?
Thank you, Anna. Manuel?
Madam President, that's a very good question and a complicated one as well. The structure of EPSA is really, we are one executive and then we have each of the vice presidents in charge of their department. So we really try to maintain it that way, as the vice presidents being the communicators with their department. Obviously, we do not want any type of separation between the executive and the rest of the team. We are one team, we're all equal, we're working for the same thing. I think it's been going well, the communication that we have within the team, and the team is aware of what each other are doing for the most part. Some of the projects maybe don't have that much visibility, but we'll also tackle that in the future. But I think so. I don't know if I answered the answer completely.
Anna France, there.
We are wondering if email is the right platform to share information or if any platform is used.
Thank you, Anna. Manuel?
Manuel, President. Some departments have other ways of organizing their information, but for the sake of not losing information from one mandate to the other, as we've seen happen very long time ago, and every minute some information is lost, but it's very important for us to have an email tracking everything so that anything comes up, we can just search in the inbox and find what we're looking for. I think that's the best way to organize ourselves. But for small things, for small updates, we use other platforms as well. We just officialize it in the email sometimes for forms.
Thank you, Manuel. So is there any new comments on the President's report form? Okay, I see none. Thank you, Manuel. The next point in our agenda is Secretary General, Martina Martins. Marta Martins, sorry. Marta?
Marta, Secretary General. Hello everyone. So for obvious reasons, there's no Secretary General report. So I'll just tell you what has happened since my election. So I had the onboarding with Dominica. I managed to clean the email, go through it, make it a bit of my own, see how the drive is, and figure out the first improvements to do. Soon I will have my handover, and right now I'm tackling the minutes of the current GA. Thank you.
Thank you, Marta. Is there any question for Marta? Anna France?
Beginning your mandate date and with the weight of the GA, we would like to give you credit for your initiative. We look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Any other question for Marta? I can see none, and thank you, Marta. We will proceed to the next slide. We have technical or new point on Kathleen. Sorry. The next one is Katarina Sosa, Treasurer.
Okay, can you hear me well? Good. Since you're writing on my report, I reviewed the 12 and 13 EM minutes and the third omnibus meeting minutes, released the financial packet for the 6GA, had the second financial meeting with the LSs, sent a feedback survey to the LS to review financial meeting, attended the second town hall, attended the second team meeting of CAR, proceeded with some payments, liaised with the committee regarding the EPSA move, attended the LS day, the third LS meeting, the formal LS meeting, in the live audience meeting, liaised with Victor, the vice chairperson of the AA23, regarding the EPSA merchandising, and with Beza regarding the trainers wear, attended the topic symposium, liaised with read this EPSA team second committee report, liaised with AAE PM regarding the law from the 13th meeting from the last Monday, had a feedback and preparation meeting for the GA with the committee, contacted BNP Paribas in order to update our bank information, liaised with the AA22 RC regarding their financial report, created a new tool to track the sales of the EPSA merchandising, and liaised with Gina regarding the law auction.
Thank you, Katrine. Is there any comments to our treasurer, Mrs. Slovenia?
Before your status report and who maybe hosted, they were very useful.
Thank you, sir. KPSV the Netherlands.
For the 18 minutes. I was wondering if you have any more updates regarding the water bill with the landlord, specifically on like the concept of landlord and how it's still going.
Okay, can you just repeat, please, and speak louder?
So I was wondering on how the contact was with the landlord about regarding the water bill. You mentioned it's very, the agency and everyone itself are very flexible. Do you have any updates regarding that? Thank you.
Okay, continuing China. The person who contacted the landlord was Manel, but I was always sitting on the email thread. As we mentioned in our report, the situation is that from what we heard, the landlord is getting old, and his son is taking care of everything, and also the agency, so they were not flexible at all. We had to pay, we are paying the water bills, so we split the bills into till October, November, December, and February, which is when we are going to receive most of our incomes. And yeah, we get an agreement, and they were okay with it. I already paid the second portion, and I think that's all.
Thank you, Katrine. Next one is Anna from France.
Anniversary at EPSA. Indeed, it's important that because of it, it's not a priority, and you elaborate more on this.
Thank you, Anna. Okay.
Okay, continuing treasure. The 1,000 euros for the reservation for the 50th anniversary is common practice that we do every year. So it was not like a priority, it was just a common practice that we do every year.
Thank you, Katrine. Is there any other comments for our treasurer? I can see none. Thank you, Katrine. And we will proceed to, okay, we have first technical one now. Okay, Anna comes.
Sorry, area and cost. I was in one question. On the financial report, 22, 23, the sponsorship and internship are not on sale. Is it possible to have more detail on this? Thank you.
Catherine Souza Treasurer. We will have a point tomorrow of 1 hour to discuss the financial documents. If you prefer, we could discuss that tomorrow. It's a financial document from the last Monday. It was not from my Monday. And also, we cannot share the information about sponsorships, like their names and how much money they give to us. Only the information that I have in the financial report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Katrine. Is there any other new comments on treasury report? I see none, so we will move to the next slide, and the next slide is Gabriel Brand, immediate vice president. Gabriel?
Gabriel, since writing my report, I wrote the 12 brilliant minutes and shared it with the executive, and I replied to the question in my report.
Thank you, Gabriel. Is there any comments? Gabriel? Manel?
Manel, President, again, I just wanted to thank Gabriel because as an IPP, there's not that many tasks that are an obligation, and he went above and beyond helping us when we did not have a Secretary General, and it was really, really a huge help, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Manuel. Is there any comments more to Gabriel? Thank you, Gabriel. We are moving to the next slide. And this is Audit Committee. I would like to call Noor and Kai to join us here.
Kai, EPSA. Since the writing of the reports, the audit committee continues to audit EPSA's financial reports on the previous EPSA events 30AA22, the 1823, and the SU23, as well as Construe and Puglia. The audit committee also reviewed the second team meeting reports of the team members and answered related questions. Next to that, the audit committee attended the town hall meeting and was present at the second team.
I will take over by explaining my duties as an intern. So, do you hear me? What? Okay. I had my second team meeting with my buddy and represented EPSA at the following events in Warsaw as part of my duties as an intern. I attended How to Execute Drive event by OECD, the Youth Progress Index event by the European Youth Forum, the Health Equity Unveiled, How Can Policymakers and Industry Bridge the Gaps by GCI Health, the Healthcare Summit by Politico, and I attended the EPSA VMF Online for their annual seminar.
Thank you, Noor. Regarding to technicalities, we will use this mic because the people online can't hear us very well. So is there any new comments for Kai and Noor? Okay then, so thank you guys. And we will move to the next point in our agenda, and this is Parliamentary Council. And I will call Hannah to join us here. Hannah, can you hear us?
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I guess so. Please green cards if you hear. Okay. Yes. Hannah?
Okay, thank you. Since the writing of the report, the PC has prepared and facilitated the GA preparation meeting online and the OD meeting live. We have verified all the credential forms, prepared and shared the 66 GA package, prepared the Nemo platform, prepared all the necessary presentations, read and reviewed the second team meeting team reports, assisted the team and LSs with questions, especially regarding the General Assembly. We attended the online executive meetings and department meetings, compiled the proposed changes to the regulations for the General Assembly, attended and facilitated the second team meeting, reached out to the audit committee to prepare for the General Assembly, facilitated 3 GA sessions, found emergency parliamentary council members, and Anna and Rania also reached out to their buddies to help with any GA preparations needed.
Thank you, Hannah. Is there any comments for us? Okay, Bishop is Slovenia.
Hi, this is Slovenia. Can you please give us more precise information on how many meetings OAE's department meetings were not attended by any PC member, and can you improve that, or do you have any suggestions on making it better? Thank you.
I have a clarification. Do you want for us, like each of us, to tell you, or? Что-то со Словенией.
So it was very, it was not really clear in the report on what were the exact numbers, and like it was very messy in the report. So it was just like to maybe if you could give us more exact number and how many meetings were attended by the whole PC, like, and how many were like not attended by any PC member.
Hannah, do you want to answer? Okay.
Hannah, parliamentarian. I can answer that, but I just need 2 seconds to open up my. I mean, I can answer for myself. It would be great if the guys could answer for themselves. But before the writing of the report, during the writing of the report, out of the 9 online executive meetings, I think I attended 6, but just give me 2 seconds to double check for you.
Okay, until Hannah is ready, Tim can elaborate.
Yes, so you'll have to apologize because I don't have the exact numbers in my head at the moment. But I believe I was at one EA meeting before the report, and I had not attended an ER meeting before the report. This is due to the fact that at the time I was in Australia and my time zones were completely skewed with here. So for that reason, I difficulty planning. And me having a really long, like a month-long OLO in the summer, I didn't manage to attend those. But after the reports coming, I have attended both meetings that were held. So that's one for ER, two for EA. I'm not exactly sure how many there were.
Shall there?
Charlotte, the PA from the minutes of the departments is 1 out of 4.
First, we have a notification from us in Switzerland.
Elena, that Switzerland one that was attended or that was not attended?
Yeah, the recognition is for Slovenia.
Either the Slovenia, how are you planning improving these numbers and assisting the team by your attendance there?
Tim, PCM1. How I'm trying to improve is that I live in the same time zone now, and I can actually attend meetings at normal hours, so I'll just be available for the meetings when they are.
Okay, mine is PCM2. So for edit department, we had only 1 meeting, so the edit department was informed about my extension there because during my personal duties, I couldn't manage to attend the meeting, but they were informed. But the next day, I was Katja told me everything what they discussed there, and also like record the voicemail and write a report about this meeting from PR department. I think there was 5 meetings, I think so, and I was attending 2. I don't know, like much more. Yes, I was attending also 2 meetings of executive because I couldn't manage that, and I covered her there. And also about online LS meetings, I was attending 2 or 3, I'm not sure, but yes, that's for me. Thank you. And Hannah?
Hannah Parliamentarian, sorry it took a bit. So I attended 7 out of 13 online executive meetings. The reason behind that is the first 2 of the mandate, I was at the seaside and on an island, really far away from everything, and I didn't have internet connection, so I couldn't join. And right now, for the last 3 weeks, I received a completely new uni schedule, and I have classes until 8, and I cannot get home in time for the OEM. And as for the online LS meetings, I attended 2 out of 3. The one that I didn't attend was, again, because of uni and my schedule. So from my side, I will improve my going to online executive meetings by stopping going to lectures, because I won't be having any from January on. So my lectures stop on January 1st, plus I will be on an Erasmus in Ireland, so basically everything I will be doing is just EPSA and my master's thesis. And I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Hannah. We have the recognition of Slovenia.
Anita, the Shipus Slovenia. So for the future, we would like you to suggest that you consider putting down some measurable outcomes in your report, because we believe your work can be quantified and put the numbers, for example, the numbers of the meetings.
Thank you, the Shipus. Direct out of Portugal.
Fernando out of Portugal. I just wanted to compliment this idea and consider it, adding it to this responsibility spreadsheet that's on the GA package, so it's more discriminated and we can check really these processes.
Thank you, Arthur. We have the right for Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah Parliamentarian. Sorry guys, but my direct was to the bishop, so I'll just take it as a new point for it.
It's okay.
Can I go?
Yes.
Okay, so just for bishop, yeah, I hear you loud and clear. I was the one writing the report, and I thought that by putting out the number of meetings that we were in was a bit of a measurable outcome. I can do percentages for the next team meeting if that is what you had in mind. But if you have any more detailed ideas, they would be very welcome from my side.
Thank you, Hannah. Is there any new comments for us? I can see none, so we'll proceed to the next slide. The next slide is kind of our second day of GA, and we have new point from the Strasse. Sorry, we have first
No, President. So we were looking through the agenda, and we have one point that we think we can add to the agenda today, which is the EPSA advocacy strategy, but we want to be sure that you are all comfortable with discussing it today. So please raise your emotion cards. Green if you can discuss it today, or red if you want to discuss it tomorrow as it was. Thank you, guys.
So we can move to this point, and this is EPSA Advocacy Strategy for 2023-2026. Technical data. Yes, it's okay. So, EPSA Advocacy Strategy 2023 to 2026. Any comments on this? So, okay, pros.
So we saw that there were only 3 topics discussed on this methodology, and we were wondering why there were only 3 topics since you have other topics. No? Thank you.
Direct Charlotte?
Charlotte EPA, thank you for the question. So it's the 3 main topics decided already last mandate, and under each of the topics we have subtopics. So for example, for the topic of One Health, we have the topics of the pharmaceuticals in the environment, the topic of interprofessional education and interprofessional collaboration. We also have the topic about the Green Deal and all these matters. So it's like One Health, but we also are dealing with AMR and different things. So we are trying to put 3 main points in order to not overload the E department that has already a lot of work on their shoulders. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. Is there any other comments regarding this point? So I can see now that the next slide. Okay, so I think for today, okay, so we will proceed with voting on EPSA Advocacy Strategy for 2023 to 2026. One sec, sorry. Okay, we will proceed voting, and I will ask if there are any abstentions. Who is against? And who is for? We have 24 votes in favor, and the EPSA Advocacy Strategy is adopted unanimously. So I will now propose the roll call. Okay, we have new point, Bishop of Slovenia.
I am Bishop of Slovenia. I would like to encourage most of the ODs to use their time whenever they can to add and prepare for the GA and to ask questions and engage in discussions. The aim of questions is not to discourage the team and find holes in their work. By asking questions, you are showing your interest in their work and helping them improve it. I hope we can all agree that it is our mutual interest to always make EPSA better, to make relevant to our students. And all these represent your associations and students, so you should involve yourself in the DA and contribute to the improvement of EPSA. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop. Dilsha, new point.
Thank you.
Isha, Professional Press Coordinator. So since we're ending the year, I just wanted to make a quick announcement since I won't be at the GA. So the corporate NG project is almost ending, and I know most of you promoted that it's very important for the associations to reach out to their members. So I just wanted to remind this when I'm here. So thank you for taking this into consideration.
Thank you, Dilsha. So now, Manel.
President, I will now propose that we conduct the roll call and close the GA.
Mark, the Secretary General, I'll perform the roll call. South Bosnia Herzegovina, BPH Bulgaria, SUPSA Cyprus, CZPSA Czech Republic, RNF France, PPHE Germany, GPSA Greece, LPSA Latvia, SLT Lithuania, delegated vote from Tours Estonia, KNPSC the Netherlands, NUPSA Norway, delegated vote from PIPSA Finland, PPSA Poland, delegated vote from AFO Austria, APEC Portugal, PASPA Romania, NAPSA Serbia, SPSA Slovakia, DUSHPSA Slovenia, delegated vote from CPSA Croatia, PEF Spain, SNAP Sweden, AZER Switzerland, UPSA Turkey, UPSA Ukraine, PPSA United Kingdom.
Guys, Madam President, just first, ta-da! And just to tell you as well that the new merch has already started to be sold, and it will be sold at the hotel as well, starting from 7:30 until 9:30.
Martha, Secretary General, I've collected 24 voting cards.
And I suspend the standing orders.